Look at that. Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. So guys, the following clip is from one of my live streams. Guys, I go live Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So guys, come and join the lives. We laugh, we cry, we laugh until we cry. And before we get into this clip, guys, like, subscribe, drop a comment. I have a second channel called 50304s. Go and check that out. And hit that join button because it really helps the channel out. And let's get into this. Anyways, guys, student loans. Guys, I didn't mean for that to take up so long, but yeah, guys, it just pisses me off because there's so many young men that are hearing this and thinking that that's correct. And guys, they're ice skating uphill while being like shot at, you know what I'm saying? And they're trying to figure out, why is this so hard? Like, what's going on? And they don't realize it doesn't have to be this way. There's a nice isolated path. Like, you can just step off the friggin' mountain and just take your own path and then be left the hell alone and walk.
AJ, I think that's what's happening. And the student loans, usually, who is that regarding? It's usually women. Women take those stupid loans to get useless degrees because they think being educated with a useless degree means like you're smarter than a man. So it's also, a prideful thing on the side. But they always choose stupid topics to get a degree in, and then they end up in debt. Okay, and who's going to pay for that debt? Well, they want to be anyone but themselves. So yeah, I think men are already simply doing what they've always done. They just find a way to make money doing an honest job, in the world, and that's how they roll, and that's how it should be, And the problem here that you're about to discuss is always women try to do things differently, they fail, and now what's going to happen? They are looking for a helping hand, which will always come from a man. So yeah, that's what's.
Someone says, "Can you sum up the student loans?" Yeah. So guys, they're getting rid of a lot of the Biden era stuff, right? So like the SAVE plan, all that other stuff. But here, I have a couple news stories here that'll sum this up, and then we can get into these dunderheads crying about it. Look at this.
This morning, the Trump administration is calling this the biggest overhaul to the student loan program in decades. The president is ending a Biden-era repayment program called SAVE. Now, the roughly 7 million borrowers in that program have 90 days to choose between two new plans. Lower-income Americans may be affected the most, as they will see higher monthly payments.
No.
There will also be new limits on loans. Before, students could borrow the full cost of their tuition and fees. Now, graduate students are limited to borrow $100,000 in total, and professional students, like those in law and med school, can only take out $200,000.
Now, guys, what happens is there was no cap to how much graduate student loans that you can get. There are people with $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, $900,000, $1 million worth of graduate student loans. It's absolutely insane. And now, guys, there are things like dental school, where dental school just, it'll cook you, right? But you can still go to a cheaper school, get scholarships, blah, blah, blah. But guys, there are people, though, where they just won't graduate and they'll just live off their graduate student loans, or they'll get their PhD in underwater lesbian studies and then go and get another one in gender studies. They'll just be professional students so they don't have to pay them back, Yep. So
total. The Department of Education says these caps will curb excessive borrowing and force institutions to evaluate their costs.
It's not your neighbor's job to repay your loan. It's your job to repay your loan.
Yes,
but
sir.
there are tools available to help you to make sure that you have a manageable payment.
But critics argue this could deter people from pursuing higher education.
Yeah, guys, NYU, right here, NYU, $80,000 a year for a bachelor's degree. $80,000 a year to major in underwater lesbian welding. Please, come on, man.
Their directors and all that show what their salaries have increased over the years. They'll never show that. They'll never show that stupid stuff.
The problem is major because women just borrow this money. They spend it recklessly. Okay, they never pay the interest on time or at the point where it should be optimal for them to do so. They always procrastinate the payment, and then they end up with unpayable debt. Okay, unpayable debt, worthless degrees. Okay, and then they're like, okay, let's send an email to Biden. Okay, forget all this.
Not just that.
Yeah,
hey,
knock it back.
Hey, Jessica,
Yeah.
do you remember how you asked me out on a date back in college and I said no?
Hey
Here,
there,
can
big
you
boy.
help me pay off my loans?
Yeah.
Here I come to save the day.
And whenever you marry them, all of a sudden it's our debt.
Yeah,
it's our
Yep.
problem. We are going to pay it back. Yeah. You see where I'm going with this.
Economically unattractive, guys.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They used to say about men, guys. They're economic. Never date a woman. Never talk to a woman who has debt, especially student loans.
Bring back shame.
As there was my good friend's brother's wife didn't get her MD, she got her ND. So
Even
she got
more.
a naturopathic doctor degree.
That pays a lot these days, no? 300K starting, right? No,
not a natural.
No, ND kind of almost gets paid less because they generally want to do natural healing.
Not naturopathic foolishness. Yeah.
No, I was joking. Of course, it's worthless. It's worthless.
Yeah. So then she gets all this schooling, and then he's a lawyer. She has a first kid and says, "I don't want to work."
Of course.
$250,000 in student loan debt. So they have 3 kids, and of course she doesn't work for like 12 years until all the kids are in school, and then she just says screw it and becomes a nurse. So he's been paying on her student loans and paying for the mortgage and paying for all this stuff the entire time just for her to become a nurse. Corey says part of the problem is borrowers using the money for rent, food, and play. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, if it was just the tuition, dude, I don't think people would have that much of a. They would still have a huge problem with it, but not as much as they do. Seriously.
Well also,
yeah.
Lenny, Jessica, snowboard. If you could either go to a state school for free, scholarship, or go to an Ivy League and have to pay loans, what are you doing?
State
school. Going to the state school.
And
ding.
And if I go to an Ivy League school, I'm eating noodles every day. I'm not gonna spend 1 cent unnecessary. I'm gonna just pay the tuition, accept the price. But they just waste this money. When they say 200K for a 2-year degree, it means they got 100K and spent it in a year. As a student.
That's the thing.
Women,
come on, guys,
for spring break.
Guys, women want the status of saying that they went to an Ivy League school, even though they majored in underwater lesbian studies.
Yeah.
It's like, so you went to Columbia, and you went to Yale.
They just want to show off in front of their friends.
And you're in debt. When you had the chance to go to a decent school for free. Guys, what if they call a doctor who went to Harvard?
A doctor.
And what if they call a doctor who went to University of Wyoming?
A doctor. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Those students are going to be forced to look for alternate sources of financing, forced to borrow less, or may end up foregoing graduate education altogether.
According to the Department of Education, about 43 million borrowers have a total student debt of nearly $1.7 trillion. Starting today, for the next 2 years, the Education Department is dropping interest rates.
Can they specify of the $1.7 trillion, how much by each gender, please? I would like to know.
75% is women.
I would say even more. It's outrageous, and they always cover up this. That's what's annoying me so much. We can never point to a woman doing something wrong in our society. It's like they're angels levitating above us, with their perfection and their flawlessness. It's so tiresome. It's so tiresome, man.
Well, anytime that they say society,
they mean women.
People, they mean women. And if it's men, they say men. Now, guys, what's being gotten rid of is a SAVE program. So, what did the SAVE? So, okay, income-based basically is based on your income. And the SAVE plan was making payments to 5% of your discretionary income. So it was super low payments. And then if any balances from growing due to unpaid interest, because it subsidized your unsubsidized loans. And then if you paid for 10 years straight and you had $12,000, you could get your loans forgiven. So now this is gone. And now people are getting cooked. Because people's payments are going to triple, quadruple, etc. now. Because income-based, I forget exactly what income-based is on. income based is 10 to 15%. Oh yeah, yep. So your payments could triple. Look at that, guys. Your payment's 15% of your income. So imagine that you're paying 5%. And it's
also
15%. Yikes,
in addition
man.
to that, whenever you pick a degree in college, you are expected to earn that degree in order to get a job which will be able to pay back the loan that you've given. Okay, so if I go into finance or I don't know, computer science or whatever, law, it's because I know I'm going to become a lawyer and pay it back. They get degrees.
Jessica, there you go, doing it again. You're speaking logic, and you're talking about women here, right? Yeah, that's Jessica. Yeah. It's so bad. A friend of mine's Ethiopian, and he dropped out of college, and he has all of his IT certs. He makes like 340 grand a year. He goes, AJ, doesn't an engineering degree cost more than an English degree because you can make more? I was like, no, they cost the same. He goes, wait, what? Well, then why would you major in English? I'm like, I don't know.
And you know the fun part also is that women love to spend their time telling they're smarter than men. Okay, they're more educated and stuff like that. But we have always the last word, because who creates these contracts, these loans for them to sign? It's men. Men usually create these contracts, and they're laughing all the way back to the bank. You know, while they go and get their degrees in worthless garbage. You know, and then they manage to just ruin their lives, and all that goes into the pocket of the man they so often call stupid. You know, that's the cherry on the top.
Yeah, who invests in Sally Mae and Freddie Mac and all these student loan developers? Who are the ones that are getting money from these student loan programs, or who owns major stock in Sophie and all these private student loan lenders you can refinance? Yep.
And also women don't even know what interest rate means, compound interest, stuff like that, basic finance. So I mean, only men just with one word, interest rate or teaser rate, something like that, they can completely ruin their lives, and that's how it goes, you know.
Starting tomorrow, major changes are coming to federal student loan plans for millions of students.
That chick's got some big shoulders, man.
And families, the clock's ticking. Your reporter Anna Stansfield shows us what's changing and what you need to know in the next 90 days.
Emma Shilleney is in CCSU's doctoral nurse anesthesia practice program. Because she's already a student, her payment plan isn't changing. But she knows students behind her will be facing a very different reality.
People are going to have to pull out private loans. And again, it just goes back to, do you have the money to get into school? And it's just, that shouldn't be a huge barrier. It should be
get a job. And guys, here's the thing. The majority of people are not supposed to go to college. That's not what college was set up for. And guys, the majority of people don't go now, but too many people go to college now. Guys, put a 1 if you agree. And guys, drop a like on the stream, please. Guys, hit the super chat button. Guys, those are always appreciated. Thank you so much.
You have the knowledge.
New changes coming from the Department of Education will limit how much graduate and professional students like Emma will be able to take out as a loan. Throughout their degree, grad students will now be limited to $100,000 in loans. Professional students will be limited to $200,000.
It's just so sad to see that the fact that these loans are being restricted, that people won't be able to go to school.
That means you got to be strategic in the schools you go to. Guys, if I could go back and do it again, right, I would either join the military straight out of high school, right, or I would move to Wyoming, right? University of Wyoming is the cheapest school. I think Wyoming's the cheapest state to go to college in. And this is like...
I have a question. Did you notice that she was labeled as doctoral nursing student? Okay, so they really want to hype themselves up so much, you know, instead of being a nursing student, probably to become a nurse, she just puts doctoral in front.
No, she's getting her PhD in nursing.
I'm not sure. I think she's fluffing herself up.
No, there are PhDs
In nursing, PhD in nursing.
I have to say to that,
some people are really fucking stupid.
Why don't you just go and be a doctor or even be a physician's assistant? What are you doing? You're gonna get.
And what's a professional? What's a professional student? For me, that's someone who has made he missed he missed a year or two, and then he gets to stay longer. That's a professional student. I mean,
look, guys, in-state tuition, University of Wyoming is $5,600 a year.
Why not go to a cheaper country as well? Maybe in Europe you can find something equally as good for like half the price. You know, they always like to stay there. A lot of
their degrees aren't like if you're a doctor, lawyer, you can't practice here.
Really.
Yeah.
Even if it's for if you go, I don't know, let's say Switzerland, okay?
Can't do it.
You can do it. I'm sure.
No, you guys' medical schools aren't as involved as ours.
Okay.
But hold on. Well, that actually says a lot about our medical schools that is so much longer and involved. When I would say that there's doctors around the world or military doctors and stuff who do as good. You know what I mean? So
I would be relieved if my doctor was Asian or Indian. You know.
Yeah.
More so than,
well, there's a lady that I work with at my job, and we were working together on some major projects, and she had pulled up her phone and was going through, and it popped up and it said Dr. Liang. I'm like, doctor? She was a cardiologist in China, but she can't practice here, so she works and doing other things, but she's a practice cardiologist.
Yeah. Cardiologist. It's also
in the UK. A bachelor's only takes 3 years, which is good because here we spent our freshman year taking stupid BS classes that don't matter. Yeah. So how long is a bachelor's degree in Switzerland, Jessica?
It's 3 years. 3 years.
See? So if you were to go to medical school as a doctor in Switzerland, that's 1 year off your total school time.
It would take you 8 years at least, maybe more, to become a real doctor. You know,
here that you're talking about
maybe 10. Yeah, doctor is a lot. Doctor is a lot. A medical doctor. I mean.
And she's worried the impacts will stretch far beyond the classroom.
It's going to affect, Connecticut residents and just nationwide, seeing increased health costs, decreased providers, rural areas are going to absolutely be affected.
These new changes under the Trump administration's One Big Beautiful Bill Act will also limit how much parents can take out as a loan to help get their kids through school. The limit now being set at $65,000 for their child's entire school career.
Good.
People are very aware of what's happening. People are concerned.
There's people who can't retire because their idiotic kids majored in underwater lesbian studies and they took out loans, and now they can't retire because they're having to pay.
Michelle Jarvis-Letman is Connecticut's student loan ombudsperson. She helps get families and students through their questions and challenges when it comes to loans. The biggest change coming tomorrow, the SAVE plan is being eliminated.
Borrowers are going to start to receive notices telling them they have.
We now come back, Vapodo.
Yes, I've been waiting all day for that. I got caught snoozing on that one.
Sorry, Jessica. I know you couldn't understand what this dunderhead was saying, so I had to translate.
She's all yours, huh? AJ,
no. She snowboards, man. You guys see snowboards forklift pulling up behind her? You know what I'm saying? Guys, hit the like button, please.
About 90 days to make a change and get into a new plan.
The SAVE plan was created by the Biden-Harris administration.
It means that people, if they do income-based or the other one, their payments are going to be 10 to 15% of their income. They're paying 5% now. So it's going to double or triple. It'll at least double their payment. And guys, there are law school students where they have so much debt that their student loan payments now is like $900 a month or $1,000 a month. It's going to double. It's going to double.
More than 7 million people joined the program, most desirable for low-income families and students.
The SAVE plan looked at a very small portion of discretionary income, about 5%.
Yeah.
So it gave borrowers a really affordable repayment option.
But now it's going away, and 2 new programs are being introduced. The first is an income-based plan called a Repayment Assistance Plan, or RAP for short. The second is a new standard tier repayment plan. As these changes roll out tomorrow, Jarvis Letman is encouraging you to take your time, take advantage of the 90-day period, and